It was June of 1997. My dad was in the Air Force, and we were at the detachment summer picnic. We'd already read the January of 1997 article in Road and Track magazine, seen the car at various auto shows, and even had several diecast models of this car. Now I was going to get to ride in one. I was 15 and I had just obtained my learner's permit. A guy my dad worked with had just bought a silver SLK, and we just lowered the top when, to my surprise, and everyone else's, for that matter, he asked if I wanted to drive it. Heck yeah, I do. Here I was, 15 years old, a learner's permit, a huge car fan, and I'm about to drive the most talked about Roadster of the year. A memory that's lasted pretty vividly even to this day, 26 years later. After 2 years of glimpses, 3 years of intense development, after 111 years of vehicles that have formed the very core of automotive history, after all the sleepless nights, the 1998 Mercedes-Benz SLK appears. With its hypnotic technology, the supercharged SLK does more than transport people. It transforms itself before your very eyes in just 25 seconds. Its steel roof retracts and converts the SLK from a hardtop coupe to a sleek roadster. And how does it feel? The level of confidence it instills in mere mortals, says Mortar Trend, is godlike. Styled to evoke the classic 190 SL and 300 SL cars of the 1950s, the R170 and the aforementioned cars even share identical 94-inch wheelbases. The R170 SLK shares its platform and 80% of its components with the Chrysler Crossfire. Hey everyone, in today's in-depth walk-around review, we are taking a look at this blast from the past, and that is the 1998 Mercedes-Benz SLK230 Roadster. And this will be a full in-depth review of this Roadster. We're going to go over everything from the inside, exterior to the interior, mechanical and performance and everything else in between. Today's SLK is painted in Imperial Red. It is a non-metallic clear coat paint, and it does feature the two-tone black and beige interior. Full pricing is shown on screen, and a full options list is in the description box below, so make sure you check that out. I've always wanted to do an SLK Roadster, simply from the fact that as I was growing up, this was the all-time favorite car of everybody. My dad even had a buddy when he bought it brand new in 1997. And I was able to drive it. It was the first Mercedes-Benz I ever got to drive. And at the time, that retractable hardtop was a tour de force. It was everything everybody was talking about. As with all true great roadsters, the SLK is rear-wheel drive with power coming from a cast-iron block aluminum head M111 2.3-liter dual overhead cam 16-valve inline 4-cylinder engine. This engine is supercharged and intercooled, utilizing an Eaton M62 hollow cast triple vane supercharger with 7 psi of boost. This engine utilizes sequential multi-port fuel injection and has an 8.8 to 1 compression ratio. It creates 185 horsepower at 5,300 RPM and 200 pound-feet of torque at 2,500 RPM. Road and Track tested their SLK230 from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.6 seconds. 0 to 100 miles per hour came in 18 seconds, with a quarter mile in 15 seconds at 92.3 miles per hour. Its top speed was limited to 140 miles per hour. All SLKs come equipped with a 14 US gallon fuel capacity and consume 4.5 gallons per 100 miles driven, with an estimated total driving range of around 308 miles. EPA fuel economy figures are 19 miles per gallon in the city, 27 miles per gallon on the highway, and a combined average of 22 miles per gallon. While European market cars came equipped with a 5-speed manual transmission as standard, sadly, US market cars were only equipped with the electronically controlled 5-speed 5G Tronic automatic with manual shift capability and winter and standard drive modes. Alright, around the rear, looks just like an SL class, although smaller, with the triangular tail lamps. Alrighty, around the rear of the SLK, it is very decidedly Mercedes-Benz in its style. In a similar style, albeit a little bit smaller than the SL full-size Roadsters. This is the car with the top down, of course. As you can see, the tonneau cover is automatic into a seamless deck lid, down to the iconic triangular Mercedes-Benz tail lamps. They're all red with the exceptions of the center parts here. Amber turn indicators up front, and your reverse lamps are down below. You do have your SLK230 badging here, Mercedes-Benz 3-pointed star, and down below you do have one large single exhaust tip. For the time, the SLK came very well equipped, especially for the type of car it was. Standard features include leather seats, dual-zone climate control, side impact airbags, a premium 6-speaker Bose audio system, and more. The name SLK is an abbreviated term for what the car is designed as. Sport leaked, and Kurz, or sporty, light, and short. Our car was built in Bremen, Germany of February of 1997. Alright, now that we have the top raised, let's go ahead and take a look at the car from its profile view. As you can see, the car looks really good even with the top up. The top looks almost seamless in its design, and that was intentional, of course. It is a two-piece folding hardtop with a fully heated glass window. And as you can see, it looks just like a coupe, only two seam lines really. Mercedes-Benz did an excellent job in designing that hardtop. As you can see on screen, I'm going to put the dimensions up. It is a small car. It's very short in wheelbase and overall length, but the proportions are just right. It is a long hood, short deck, a true roadster in its form. Steering is hydraulically assisted vehicle speed sensitive variable rate recirculating ball with 3.1 turns lock to lock and a 34.7 foot turning radius. Wheels on the car are staggered size, silver painted 7-spoke cast aluminums with fronts measuring 16 by 7 inches and shot in 205/55 R16 Continental Extreme Contact Sport Plus tires. Rear wheels are 16 by 8 inch and are shot in 225/50 R16 tires of the same type. Brakes are power assisted 4-wheel disc brakes with automatic skid reduction and ABS. Up front we have ventilated 11.3 inch rotors with solid 11 inch rotors in the rears, and these brakes can halt the SLK from 70 miles per hour to 0 in 165 feet. And walking along the front, the style could be said as somewhat staid or understated, but I think it looks really, really good. Alrighty, walking along the front of the SLK, just like in the rear, it looks just like its SL brethren, albeit just a little bit smaller, a little bit more smooth too, rounded around the edges, not as hard shell or hard creased. Coming along the A-pillar here is a structural member, part of the roll production system. You also have folding mirrors. Down below we do have the requisite side indicator lamps, the compressor badging here for the turbocharger. Moving down, you do have power bulges in the hood, reminiscent of the old SLs of the 1950s. And moving down, you do have really nice, almost ML class style, but smaller headlamps. You've also got turn indicators, side marker indicators there. And down below you do have high intensity fog lamps. Another interesting feature is that the headlamps do feature headlamp washers as well. Front and center, you do have a cheese grater style grille here, perforated black with the tri-pointed star front and center. And of course you do have the Mercedes-Benz logo here on top of the hood as well. Alright, let's take a look inside, but before we do, let's take a quick look at the key. It is a standard Mercedes-Benz switchblade key. Lock and unlock here. You got your key here, laser etched. Mercedes-Benz star here. Little instructions here, single press for single door and double press for all doors. No trunk or anything like that on here. And the infrared transmitter for the doors. The car is already unlocked. As you can see, we do not have smart key access system. We'll just open up the door. And here we are inside. It is a two-tone leather interior. And of course, the two-tone carries on to the door treatment. Has the black primary, and then we have this beige color secondary. Side door impact airbags. Nice leather stitching all the way across. You got some faux carbon fiber trim. Carbon fiber. Black pull here, padded armrest, Got this little flap here for a map pocket and storage. Door speaker here, an additional door speaker here. And in the footwell, we just have 2 pedals because this is a automatic vehicle, but it does have performance pedals with the aluminum and the grips. You also have SLK branded floor mats. That same treatment is repeated on the stainless steel here with the aluminum and the tread dots here. Alright, let's take a quick look at the seats here. The seats are very supportive and very comfortable. They are heated seats. They are fully positional fore and aft and recline, as well as head adjustable head restraints. They are not power adjustable, however. We do have the black primary portion, accent stitching, perforated inserts for the interior portion of the seats. This is your seat elevator here. And you'll see on the passenger side here, the same as the driver's side, this little wheel here is actually your seat back angle adjust. And fore and aft is here on the floor. And just a quick look here, driver's side air vent, you can turn it off and on. Headlamp controls, you also have front and rear fog lamps. You can also turn on your front and rear parking lamps as well. Alright, to pan through the interior, we're going to show more details. As you can see here, nice fluidic power assisted steering. It is variable assist as stated before. It is a leather wrapped steering wheel. It does have the Mercedes-Benz star front and center. 2-tone treatment for the horn pads. No multi-function controls on here, but we do have some multi-function stalks. So the top one here, the spindly one, is your cruise control. So basically off, resume, accelerate and deaccelerate and set and all that kind of stuff. Here is your turn indicators, high beams, flash to pass, and your wiper washer controls. The steering wheel is tilt and telescoping, and the lever is actually underneath the steering wheel, and you'll know your steering wheel is unlocked when you see that red light appear. Alright, front and center are a deep recessed set of gauges, very Roadster-esque, and an ivory white face and black lettering. And at night, they basically reverse to white lettering on a black background. So over here, we do have a temperature, coolant temperature in degrees Celsius, and fuel level. Down below, we have our outside temperature display, which it is very hot, 91 degrees out, and about 40% humidity. Front and center, we have a 160 mile per hour speedometer. We also have a trip computer, or trip odometer, and miles. And this car, at the time of recording, has 42,788 miles. And over here, we have the requisite rev counter. And just a bank of warning lights. The brake warning light is on because the parking brake is set. Alrighty, let's move over the top of the dash. As you can see, it's all padded vinyl. Looks really good, still in really good shape. Passenger side airbag cover over there. And yes, I do have the air conditioning on because it is hot. Alright, at the top here, we have a fold-out cup holder and a little trinket tray here. Moving down the center dash here, we do have 2 air vents. You can turn those air vents on and off here. Today, I'm not going to do that. Here we have our fan speed control from 0 all the way to 5. And it has little half indents in there as well. So 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, and so on and so forth. You do have your defroster, recirculate, and your EC mode here. And then we have panel distribution here. Right now we have panel, but you can blend it as you wish. And these here are your temperature control dials for dual zone climate. Moving down, we have a standard AM/FM cassette player here, Mercedes-Benz standard equipment, and we have a 6-disc CD changer in the trunk. Moving the shifter out of the way, let's get rid of some of the clutter here, and let's take a look at these buttons. 2-stage heated seats for the driver, headlamp washer control, anti-skid reduction off, 4-way flashers there, your door lock master switch, and your passenger side 2-stage heated seat control. Small little storage tray here, and this little guy pops out, as you can see. And of course we do have our transmission selector lever here with the winter and standard drive modes. Power window controls here, power mirror controls are here, power top control is here. This little door slides open to reveal more storage, and a 12-volt power point or a cigar lighter. This vehicle has never been smoked in. And of course here is our parking brake, a real parking brake. padded armrest opens up to reveal a nice amount of interior storage. And behind the seats, you do have this little leather pouch here to store other things. And you also have some little clips here for grocery bags or other lightweight items. Overhead, we have a manually dimming rearview mirror. We've also got 3-channel home linking reversal garage door opener. We've also got overhead reading lights. It's just a standard dome light. We don't have individual driver or passenger, which is sad. That's off. This is just your dome, and this is turning it on. Sun visors are very basic. They just slide down like this. They don't swing out, they don't slide out or anything like that. And you do have a non-illuminated vanity mirror. In addition, you do also have a very large locking glove box, owner's manual, and 24-hour roadside assistance. That is the interior of the SLK. Alrighty, there is only one way in the trunk, and that is through the large black button right here on the right hand side. As you can see right now, it is locked. The keyhole is horizontal, and that indicates that the trunk is locked. To unlock it, simply take your switchblade key, stick it in here, and you're going to turn it to the up, and then you're going to switch it over to the left. And that'll unlock it. Press that button, and it'll unlatch it. Alright, so now that we have the top in the upright position, this is where you get the most benefit of your trunk space. As you can see, the trunk is actually pretty cavernous for a car of this size, and it has to be to accommodate that top. And it does have carpeting in here as well, but as you can see, a nice amount of storage down here. You do have the Mercedes-Benz first aid kit, and over here we have our 6-disc CD changer. Got your magazine in here. To close the door, you just press this button here, and there you go. In order to fold the top, you're going to have to open up this panel here, and that has to be in the lock position in order for the top to fold. And as you can see, when the top is down, this is the amount of trunk space you actually get. Not a lot. And to close the trunk, you simply grab the trunk lid as you would on a normal car and close it. Alrighty, there you go. That is the 1998 Mercedes-Benz SLK230 hardtop Roadster. We hope you found the review informative, and if you did, please comment down below. Also, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/neighborhoodcarreviews. And of course our Instagram channel at BrensoJ1. We really hope you enjoyed this review as much as I enjoyed filming it and traveling back in time, taking a look at one of Mercedes-Benz's greatest roadsters. And of course, as always, thank you for watching.